You see the trap popping up and down like that? That means you got a snapping turtle. Let's pull this thing up and see how big he is. All right, it's a pretty good one. We got a little snapping turtle in there. I mean, painted turtle in there as well. Let's bring this to the high ground. Yeah, this pond does not quit producing turtles. You know, proof that this pond was never turtle trapped. I'm starting to trap this end of the pond now because these snapping turtles, they are territorial, and they'll only stay in their area. So once you clean up turtles in a certain area, then move it to the other side of the pond. You'll catch another one because they really don't like each other. They like to be loners. They like to have plenty of room for themselves. So they do stay in a certain area, especially if there's a bigger one on the other side. He's gonna be on this side. So let me get this little guy out of here before he gets hurt. There he goes. All right, I'm gonna take this snapper out. So I need 2 hands for this one. This here is my 8th keeper snapper in 8 days. So that goes to show how many snapping turtles are actually in this pond that I want to put duck boxes in. A lot of people think that, you know, snapping turtles are endangered or they're rare, but they're not. Other than painted turtles, these things are probably the most numerous turtles out there. They are a game animal, so they have regulations on them to help protect them to ensure the future of snapping turtle populations. So for instance, the season closes on May 15th and it reopens on July 1st because the month of June is when most of the females are going out laying eggs. Now, the success rate of these snapping turtle eggs hatching, it's pretty low. They say like 84% of those nests will get destroyed by raccoons and foxes. However, since I'm like a steward of the land and, you know, we're managing our property for the most waterfowl we can, we heavily trap the foxes and the raccoons. So now the success rate on these snapping turtles laying eggs and successfully hatching probably dropped down to maybe 75% success rate. So I mean, it's a good thing, you know, that we're trapping and ensures the future of these snapping turtles because, you know, they've been here for millions of years. You know, they do have a purpose, you know, but just like everything else, you don't want too many. It could be with anything, even deer. We all love deer. We all love deer hunting. We all love to see deer. But you can't have woods that just have too many deer. You have too many deer, you're gonna have disease, you're gonna have a browse line going through the woods, a deer are gonna starve to death, and you're gonna have small, unhealthy deer, the bracks will be smaller. It's no good. So you need to thin out that deer herd to ensure the habitat can hold them. It's the same thing with snapping turtles. You gotta thin them out and just to ensure that you can have a healthy population of ducks and ducklings and muskrats and other aquatic animals. But like I said, these things, they're a game animal. There's rules and regulations to help protect them. Like they do have a closed season during the mating season or the egg laying season. They have to be 12 inches to keep, and you're only allowed 1 a day. So if you catch a small one, like this little guy right here, I have to return this guy to the water. You know, he was in the trap. So that's he's a future duck killer, but you know what? I'll deal with him in like 2 or 3 years from now. So But yeah, these are, to ensure the future of these snapping turtles. I mean, as nasty as they are, we need to protect them. So we're just thinning them out. She'll lay between 20 to 40 eggs, and she's doing that every year for 40 to 50 years. That's just one turtle. So you can imagine like how many baby turtles are hatching every year, baby snapping turtles. So it's not like a hen mallard nesting on the ground. She's got 12 eggs and that's it. Like her life expectancy is probably, 2, 3, 4, 5 years, 6 years if she's a lucky duck. So that's how many times she has to produce. This thing, it could fail. Don't worry, next year. It'll fail again. Don't worry, next year. It'll fail again. Don't worry, we've got a whole decade. It's gonna eventually, she's gonna successfully hatch her young. And she's got 40, 50 years to do it. And nothing will eat her. I mean, she outgrows her predators in 1 year. A duck never outgrows its predators. That female duck sitting on land is always gonna be on the menu for a coyote or a fox or a raccoon. So this thing, once she lays her eggs, she's in the water. The only thing that's gonna kill her are snapping turtle trappers and a car. That's about it. If she crosses the road, gets hit by a car. Now, when these snapping turtles, when they hatch, everything wants to try to eat them. Crows, great blue herons, largemouth bass, they all eat them. But within a year, they're too big for bass and herons and animals to kill them. And everything that chased them when they were babies is now running away from them because these things are that freaking, they get pretty vicious. So these things, they can fend for themselves pretty well. It's no need to protect them. And, it's not a sea turtle. These things are really prolific. They are here to stay. So get these curly traps and just start trapping every local river, lake, pond, well, especially your duck hunting spots or your duck breeding grounds, and you'll see the duckling population, it'll quadruple. You'll get that many more ducks because of these. This is the #1 duck killer right here, so don't feel bad. And they taste good too.